Welcome back to Tech in Time. Today we're going to strap in for a wild ride, I think, as we unpack Elon Musk's mind-blowing $66 trillion plan to colonize Mars.
66 trillion?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a big number. Imagine it. A bustling city, 1 million people strong, all thriving on a planet that was once just a red dot in our telescopes.
Yeah, it's a vision that's captured the imaginations of so many people. But what's really incredible is that Musk isn't just dreaming.
Right.
He's actively building the tools to make it happen.
That's what's so fascinating about this deep dive. We're not just talking about theories or science fiction here. We're looking at actual prototypes and launches and companies that are working toward a singular goal, establishing a human presence on Mars. So where do we even begin?
Well, at the heart of this ambitious plan is Starship.
Okay.
The massive interplanetary transport system that's designed to ferry everything from people to supplies across the vast gulf of space.
You know, it's interesting how Starship's origins were surprisingly humble. You know, it started with Musk's idea to send a simple greenhouse to Mars, a symbolic gesture to kind of inspire humanity. But as he dug deeper, he realized we needed more than inspiration. We needed a reliable way to get there.
Exactly. And that's how Starship was born. And we're not just talking about blueprints here.
Right.
Prototypes are already launching and landing and being prepped to carry cargo to Mars in just a few short years.
Cargo like what?
Including Tesla's Cybertrucks.
What?
And Optimus robots.
Wait, Cybertrucks on Mars? I mean, it makes sense given their rugged design and the Martian terrain. But Optimus robots, too. What's the thinking there?
Yeah, so think of them as the advance party. The Cybertruck could be used for exploration and transporting materials, while Optimus, Tesla's humanoid robot, could handle the more intricate tasks of setting up infrastructure and conducting experiments. It's really a fascinating glimpse into a future where humans and robots collaborate to build a new world.
It sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, and you have to admit, it's pretty exciting to think about. But let's not forget the reality check here. Musk himself acknowledges the inherent dangers of this endeavor, even the potential for loss of life.
Absolutely. The risks are undeniable, and that's where another piece of Musk's puzzle comes in, artificial intelligence.
Okay.
Specifically, his company xAI and their large language model, Grok.
Okay, let's talk about Grok. This is where things get really interesting. How would AI play a role in a Mars colony, especially given the 20-minute communication delay with Earth?
Well, imagine Grok evolving into a highly sophisticated AI, capable of learning, adapting, and making critical decisions autonomously. With that communication lag, having a system like Grok on Mars could be the difference between success and failure, especially in unexpected situations.
So Grok would be like the central brain of the Mars colony, constantly analyzing data, solving problems, and keeping things running smoothly, even when human intervention isn't immediately possible.
Exactly. It's about creating a system that can handle the unexpected. A system that can learn and adapt in real time to the challenges of a completely alien environment. And if you take it a step further, Musk's Neuralink, the brain-computer interface, could play a role too.
Neuralink. As in the brain implants Musk has been developing, how would that fit into the Mars picture?
It's a long shot. But imagine humans being able to interact with Grok directly through Neuralink, bypassing the limitations of traditional communication. It's a concept that pushes the boundaries of what we think is possible, blurring the lines between human and artificial intelligence.
We've gone from greenhouses to Cybertrucks, AI, and now brain implants. It's clear that Musk is thinking big, but how does he plan on building a city for 1 million people on a planet with virtually no infrastructure?
Well, the sheer scale of the logistics is mind-boggling. Musk talks about transporting 100 million tons of supplies using a fleet of 1,000 starships.
1,000 starships?
Yeah, that alone would be an unprecedented feat of engineering.
It's hard to even grasp the magnitude of that. But what about the actual construction? Where would they even begin building on Mars?
Well, Musk envisions using the Boring Company, his tunneling venture, to create vast underground habitats. Think of it, a network of tunnels and caverns, shielded from the harsh radiation and meteoroids and those infamous Martian dust storms.
So instead of building skyscrapers, they're digging down.
Yeah.
That's a fascinating approach. It seems almost counterintuitive, but I guess it makes sense considering the challenges of the Martian environment.
Exactly. It's about adapting to the unique conditions of Mars, finding innovative solutions to problems we've never faced before. And it's not just about survival, it's about creating a thriving, self-sustaining city.
And, of course, we can't forget Musk's most radical idea, terraforming Mars to make it more Earth-like.
Now, that's where things get really controversial. His proposal involves nuking the Martian poles.
Nuking.
To release trapped water and carbon dioxide, potentially triggering a greenhouse effect and warming the planet.
Nuking Mars. That sounds like something straight out of a science fiction movie. Is that even remotely feasible?
Well, the science behind it is complex and heavily debated, and the ethical implications are immense. But Musk believes it could be the key to jump-starting a more hospitable atmosphere on Mars.
It's a bold idea, to say the least. But let's assume, for a moment, that Musk can overcome the technical hurdles of transportation and construction and even terraforming. There's still a massive piece missing from this puzzle, isn't there?
Yes, the elephant in the room. Governance. How would a Martian colony be governed? Who would make the rules, enforce the laws, ensure the well-being of 1 million people on a planet millions of miles away?
It's a question that's often overlooked in all the excitement about the technology, but it's arguably the most crucial aspect of establishing a successful and sustainable human presence on Mars.
Exactly, and it's a question with no easy answers.
Right.
We're venturing into uncharted territory here, both technologically and politically.
So what are some of the possible scenarios? What kind of government could we imagine for a Martian colony?
Well, there are many possibilities, each with its own set of challenges and advantages. It could be a direct extension of Earth's governments, or it could be a completely new system of governance tailored to the unique conditions of Mars. We could see representative democracies, direct democracies, or even something akin to a corporate governance model, given the significant role private companies are likely to play in the colonization effort.
It's almost like we're talking about a social experiment on a planetary scale. But how would they prevent a Martian colony from simply replicating the problems and inequalities we see here on Earth?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's a chance to rethink societal structures, to design a system that prioritizes equality, sustainability, and the well-being of all its citizens. Or it could become a cautionary tale, a demonstration of how human nature and the pursuit of power can corrupt even the most idealistic endeavors.
It's a lot to consider, but that's what's so fascinating about this deep dive. It forces us to confront these big questions, to think critically about the future we're creating.
Absolutely. And as we delve deeper into the technical marvels and audacious plans of Elon Musk, it's crucial to remember that the human element, the social and ethical considerations, will ultimately determine the success or failure of this grand Martian experiment.
And that brings us back to you, the listener.
Yeah.
Imagine yourself on Mars. Would you be comfortable with AI making crucial decisions about your life? What kind of society would you want to be a part of?
These are questions worth pondering. After all, the future of humanity on Mars, and perhaps even on Earth, may depend on the answers we find.
Yeah.
It really is fascinating. We're talking about the potential birth of a new civilization here. A Martian society, shaped by the challenges and opportunities of a completely different world.
It really is.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes Elon Musk such a compelling figure. He's not just pushing technological boundaries. He's forcing us to rethink what's possible and to confront some fundamental questions about our place in the universe.
Absolutely. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, I mean, Musk's plan isn't just about escaping Earth's problems, it's about ensuring the long-term survival of humanity. A backup plan in case something catastrophic happens to our home planet.
It's like a cosmic insurance policy.
Yeah.
And whether you agree with his methods or not, you can't deny that he's making us think differently about the future.
Exactly. He's challenging us to consider what kind of world we want to create, not just on Mars, but here on Earth as well. I mean, if we can envision a sustainable and equitable society on another planet, why not strive for that here and now?
It's a powerful thought. This whole deep dive has been a whirlwind of mind-bending ideas, from starships and robots to terraforming and brain implants. It's almost overwhelming to think about the potential implications of it all.
It really is. And as we wrap up our exploration of Musk's audacious plan, I think it's important to leave you with this. The future is not preordained.
Right.
It's something we actively shape through our choices and actions.
So as you consider the possibility of a human colony on Mars, I want you to ask yourself, what role do you see yourself playing in shaping that future? Is it a future you want to be a part of? And what can we do today, right here on Earth, to help build that future? That's it for this deep dive into Elon Musk's $66 trillion plan to colonize Mars. We'll see you next time on Tech in Time.